closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Ah, já dá pra jogar. Você quer que acende o cigarro? Você quer que... Ah, tá. Achei que era pra acender a luz.
Well, you got a name, miss?
Ó.
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will.
Ah, já lançou o nome. Aqui agora é dinheiro, né? Aqui de prata, mas não. É só dinheiro. Dá pra entrar aqui não? Ah, 1958, então já passou 40 anos. 40 anos já do primeiro. Provavelmente tipo... Tá velho. Caraca.
Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know. But I know someone who does. Follow me.
Pera. Então... Ou a porta é uma fenda ou o book é de Rapture. Minha cabeça vai
What's
explodir.
this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. But I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful. What happened to these children?
Red
What
means
are
stop. Green
Where have you
means
been?
go.
Cabin in Arcadia?
This is the rule. All
Little
the
sisters.
girls know.
Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Caramba, então acho que pra jogar essa DLC seria bom ter jogado o 1 e o 2.
Is that why we came to Rapture? I could compromise in Red Hook.
We're just men and women, Alan. You hold yourself to that standard, you'll never be happy.
In what country is there a place for men like me? Men who refuse to say yes to the doubters and the parasites.
Yes, but even Andrew Ryan takes a vacation.
Acho que ela tava esperando pra ouvir o que ele tava falando. Olha. Olha o Big Daddy ali, ó.
What do they even look like under those suits?
Well, I say you should have to prove you're properly versed.
Será que vai ser os plasmídio também ou vai ser o vigor normal? Ah, cadê ela? Ah, tá aqui. Deixa eu arrumar meu fone aqui. Aí. Não tô entendendo, ela desceu aqui do nada. É pra
He
continuar?
works for Ryan's security firm. I got it firsthand.
Cooks a fella from the inside out. Is the damn thing a weapon or an oven?
Works with mini rigs.
Ela chegou e sentou lá do nada.
You know.
Opa.
DeWitt? The Hostic sees you, he'll toss you out on your ass again.
As meninas
Got some
sumidas aí.
nerve showing your face around here, pal.
Relaxa. Provavelmente a gente vai voltar aqui depois. Olha os macarrão.
Funny,
What?
you not knowing about the little sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, thought it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Ah, daquele jeitão.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
Refreshment, sir? Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
Isso. Caraca, voa alta.
I went through basic with them, decent sort, but the Italians, Papa this and Papa that. They can't take a crap without a papal dispensation.
Guess that's
Tá,
his
né?
father. No one from my side of the family was ever so lackadaisical.
Oh, I suppose.
I told her, you want some of this?
Vou dar uma explorada, né?
Dr. Steinman told me. Frank Fontaine.
Caramba, tem aqui um lugar muito grande.
Welcome, welcome.
Não toca, não.
Come right in.
Tá, chega.
Sexual intimacy is no different than any other commodity, friend. You sell soybeans, I sell companionship.
It's disgusting.
That's the Bible talking, pal. That's your mother talking. What does Ryan say? Petty morality? You can keep it.
Cabine telefônica.
Ryan understands something fundamental about mankind. We want to be better than we are. That is what separates us from the jungle.
Acho que não tem muita floresta aqui embaixo. Selva.
Buongiorno, signore.
Vai ter alguma coisa aqui, não é possível. Tem muito detalhe aqui. Aqui. Provador. Diário de voz. Diferente. Bolachinhas. Ah, pelo amor de Deus. Biscoitinhos. Audiófilo. Meus bagulhos já... Ah, não.
Suchong observe strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchong's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of a Fink is no fool. Through addition of oxidizing agent, turns plasmid ingestible through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Su Chong's initiative. Theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
Pera aí, eu tô vendo se tá mutado. Ih. Perdão, eu tava entretido com a história aqui. Tava perdido com a história aqui. Eu quero fazer os emojis, só que dá uma preguiça, né? Mas eu já até sei, imagino qual é que eu quero fazer. Tem que ler as legendas. Deixa eu ver se tem como aumentar a legenda aqui. Bem, então vou ter que ficar assim. O carinha aqui provavelmente lançou já como que lá em Colômbia, né, tem dólar, é dólar mesmo. Como é que lá em Colômbia tem plasmídio, né, que no caso aqui lá era vigor.
Days. Her little girl's been missing for days.
I'm a complete wreck if Trudy even gets a nosebleed.
So many children. It can't all be coincidence.
Né? Oi. Vambora. Calma aí, tem coisa aqui ainda.
Got taken out by Ryan's goons for one reason, and one reason only. He built a better mousetrap.
Oh, for God's sake, Armand, you want to get us both rounded up?
So you admitted that Ryan's rounding people up.
It was a figure of speech.
The pot calling the kettle black is a figure of speech.
I keep my head low and I do my job.
Like a good German.
Now, is that a figure of speech?
Entendi, foi nada. Opa, cadê? Ah, não. EV. Ih, gastei dinheiro. Ah.
Best quit while you're ahead.
Cadê ela? Vamos ver aqui usar o teatro que precisa saber.
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out. Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Agora eu sei.
Why are you wasting your time with that one?
Qual foi? Ih, internet já cai.
Unpleasantness with Fontaine seems so far behind us now.
I hope all of his crowd are enjoying themselves, locked up forever.
Gotta hand it to the old man. Locking up Fontaine's thugs in his own department store. That's poetic justice.
Peço perdão, tá falando muito, né? Mas esse daqui nem é da outra vez. Esse aqui é mais quietinho, que eu vou prestando mais atenção. Ainda mais que eu nunca joguei isso aqui. Que isso, velho? Cabeça de pedra aqui.
Please, come in. Just a moment.
Me explica o que é isso aqui. Pôs ele pra dentro, hein? Vou voltar aqui depois. Pneumo.
How am I gonna get work with my Lego busted up like this? Foreman says I should have been more careful.
Something will turn up. Adversity breeds opportunity, that's what Ryan says.
Ah, Mr. DeWitt. Back again. And so soon.
Não vou comprar nada não.
Are you in the know? Innovation and competition are what fuel Rapture. But that fuel can be diluted with rumor or flat-out lies. The rumor monger asks, what are these so-called splicing side effects? Well, take a look around you. Do you see anything wrong with your neighbor? The rumor monger asks, why has Tenenbaum withdrawn from the public's eye? Dr. Tenenbaum is a scientific mind unparalleled, even in Rapture. She's no doubt in her lab, toiling away at her next great innovation. I heard she was in cahoots with Fontaine. Merely slander from jealous naysayers. Remember, Rapture competes through innovation, not cheap shots. Bridget Tenenbaum is a woman who represents the best of science and industry. In other words, she's a Rapture gal. Now you know.
Rapture Gal. Tá, então a gente veio pra cá, subiu aqui, tá, então só falta dar a volta lá em cima e desceu ali. Tá, então o caminho é pra cá, né? É. Então tá certo, só vim reto pra cá agora. Já olhou tudo, já olhamos tudo.
Taking over Fontaine's business any different
Aquilo lá.
than, say, eminent domain. It's just the hand of government coming down on the individual.
Fontaine was a criminal.
By whose standards? Ryan's? I prefer when the judge doesn't profit off the penalty.
Ah, foi embora sozinho.
You need something?
Eu? Ah, obrigado.
Booker.
Eu?
This clown
No nada.
bothering you, Mads. Say the
Ryan, he's the new Houdini.
He's got him in a department store?
In Fontaine's department store. If I wanted this, I might as well have stayed in Vladivostok.
Fontaine's thugs were nothing more than a bunch of parasites. Ryan looks out for Rapture.
Ryan looks out for Ryan.
And why not? It is the sweat of his brow. We're just the gnats buzzing around, no?
A fine day to you both.
E aí, quer alguma coisa? Não tem dinheiro não.
It's temporary.
Whatever that barber did to you, I hope he's retained a
Vai ter
capable
uma chave
attorney.
pra gente entrar aqui. Caramba, que lugar gigantesco, velho. Queria um mapa.
How do they work?
Something about stem cells.
What's a stem cell?
Who do I look like? Bridget Tenenbaum?
Ele só sabe o que que era, sabe? Ele sabe que funciona com isso, mas não sabe o que que é.
I say, try it again. Maybe your taste buds have matured. Hello, Booker.
Opa.
Where have you been hiding her?
Another one. Hey, you got an issue with my food pen. You're welcome to put on an apron.
Eu quero. Os caras.
Tip. I don't think these supermen know the meaning of the word.
Eu entrei na cozinha dos caras. Aqui não dá pra coisar, tem que usar o page down. Deu. Ah, não deu não.
I had all of these visions before coming down here of utopia. Every man with his hand on the great chain, the wheel of progress turning. Every cliche you can imagine. And what is the first thing that happens when I open up shop? Petty thievery. Now I have to lock all my valuables in the closet. Remember 2076. It's the problem with coming to Utopia, is that it still has the people.
Já achamos nosso número. E um cara que não gosta muito de pessoas.
That's what
To what possible end? They can't both be right.
If she feels so strongly about how Fontaine's people were treated, she's more than welcome to hop a bathysphere to that department store and join them.
Ah, tá certo aqui, né? É 2... É 2076. Mas não tem nada. Tem coisa para ler.
When Ryan take over Fontaine Futuristics, scene of a terrible violence. Splicers burning each other to bits. Lucky ones not killed, sent to department store prison instead. Suchong think he dead man too. But then Ryan comes to Suchong and says, Suchong want to be buried in filthy store, or Suchong want to make a good salary, work for Ryan. How much salary? Asks Soo-chong. This Ryan find very funny.
O Chong. Nossa, daí eu fiquei... É a história que eu fiquei meio perdido. Big Daddy.
Are you in the know? The Big Daddy may look imposing, but he's a gentle giant. Do you know all he does for Rapture? These metal jets are the hands that maintain Rapture, digging the foundation out of the seabed and guiding structural supports into place. Where do these metal mysteries come from? Sorry, chum. That's a Ryan Industries trade secret. Now you know.
Aqui tá mais legal do que os outros de Colômbia lá. Só que esse aqui é um pouco mais novo, né? Aumenta o segundo andar ainda. Ó. Não tem o segundo andar então não.
The Great Chain guides all about it.
Posso ajudar?
Mr. DeWitt.
Oi.
We'll find my source inside of that club.
Cohen? What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
Tudo bem?
Private party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected.
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Parece que 3 lojas locais podem ter recebido convites para o Clube de Cor. Você pode escolher o seu objetivo na loja. Seu objetivo pelo aperte O para ter acesso. Golden Rule. Rapture Records. Tá. Provavelmente eu tenho que procurar nas 3, né? Então.
What brought you to Rapture?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt.
I don't have all the flaws and drawbacks.
É. Referências. Fechou.
Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Good day to you, ma'am.
O que tem que fazer aqui? Ah.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon?
Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields.
Cohen
Did you
sends
think
those
we
masks
wouldn't
out in
notice?
some kind of box.
The assurances of a grave robber are of no interest to me.
Damn.
You hand the ring back,
Must
the
be
matter
somewhere
will
else.
remain between you and me.
I don't
think so. Hit the bricks, you tramp, or I'll see to it they hit you.
Get your hands off me!
Caramba.
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any
Pera aí,
luck?
então.
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
Vê se tem mais alguma coisa aqui, né? Não tem não, vambora. Meu Deus. Deixa eu ver meu dinheiro. 80. A outra é a Rapture Records. Cara, tinha uma loja fica lá pra cima. Não.
Used to see him all the time at Eve's garden.
Ali. Vamos na ordem, né? Vamos dar ordem. Que tá aqui, ó. Vai que tem uma aqui que... Vai que essa é a que a gente precisa ir, né? Então... Se eu acabar indo nela antes, eu perco alguma coisa aqui, não sei. Aqui, ó.
Well, hello. You see that dish I walked in with? Will you give her the star treatment, pal? That'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
Vagabundo.
What is this piece?
It's by Trine, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Gotta find that box. Nothing. Well, only one place left.
Music does something to me. Especially something in this space. It's almost primal, isn't it? Part of us that exists before thought, before logic, purely natural.
The finest music touches us.
Eu nem vou ficar
That we
tanto.
never knew existed.
Yes.
Can you turn it up? I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing.
Não tratou ela bem? O que que deu? Ele ia falar mais alguma coisa. Nada, vambora.
Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Please, come in.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course.
Agora tá explicado, né? Porque que tem aquela entrada lá.
Original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
A data com a sua
Sorry,
pé.
but I know precious little about art.
Where is he hiding that box?
I don't want to open my mouth.
Olhar tudo antes.
Fear what foolishness might
Ih.
tumble out.
Would you like me to tell you what it means?
Oh, would you? Oh, I would like so much to understand.
There you are, you little son of a bitch.
Intended to show us the struggle of the great man.
Then to breathe the swampy air of the parasite.
You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind
bem, não.
if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
Vambora.
Good. You've located the mask.
Third time's the charm.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
Fine piece of work back with those shopkeeps. You've got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that, you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
Olha as referências aí. Coisa boa. Referência é bom demais. Oh.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen this type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
Ih. Que isso, velho? O coelho aqui.
Move, that's right.
Que lugar doido, velho.
Open yourselves to the music.
É legenda.
Spirit of the eternal. No. Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick! Please! The stick! For God's sake! My muse shall not be mocked! Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas. Oh, there's no room in Rapture anymore for the artist. Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? My. This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, ladies?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Questions, yes. Yes. It is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You're more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to go.
Cohen, you son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
Dance with me.
Come, dance.
Vamos lá então. Espero que eu não tenha que fazer quick time event.
Think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
No!
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick! I see suffering in you. I know how to shine a light on your pain. A moth will become a butterfly.
Esse loading aí que dá um spoiler do caramba.
Mr. DeWitt! Mr. DeWitt! Are you alright?
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
Calma, né?
I'm
Ele tá errado,
sending
não.
you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
Look.
Fontaine's. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
But it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
How many people do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. All right, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
What's that?
Burial, let's see.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea.